Hi, and welcome to another edition of Dr. Smell's Message. I have an exciting author with me here today. Her book is called It's in the Process. Now, I'm not going to spend too much time telling you what the book is about because I want to let the author do that. You're going to love her. So, without further ado, welcome, Irene. How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you. How are
Awesome.
you?
Now, first of all, I love the cover of your book. How'd you come up with that cover?
Thank you. I came up with the cover because I've gone through so many seasons in my life, and I've always felt like God's hands always was wrapped around me, and that's really how I came out with the book cover.
Now, your book is not just what I would call a memoir. It's more of a self-help book.
Yes,
Yeah, but you've intertwined them gracefully. Was that
thank
on
you.
purpose or did that come about as a writing accident?
Actually, it was on purpose. It was just I definitely wanted the audience to know that even in the midst of any storm, you can definitely come out of it. So I knew the tools. I used my tools that worked for me. So I shared it in the book, and yeah, so that's how that became a
All
self
right, well,
help.
let's talk a little bit more about the book. First of all,
Okay.
it's called It's in the Process from
Yes.
the Inside Out. Now, where can they find your book, first of all?
Okay, they can find it on Amazon. All they have to type in is "It's in the Process" and it will come up, and I also have it on Kindle.
Right, paperback and Kindle for
Yes,
those. And it's really
yes,
reasonably priced. The Kindle's, $4.99, and your book holds a potential for transformation. That's what I like about the book.
yes.
So tell them a little bit what's inside the book and what you hope that they get out of the book.
So, what I'm hoping that they get out of the book is just to know that you're never so stuck in a trauma that you can't get out. And I was there. I was at that point where I just thought I was trapped. And I knew, like, quote unquote, talking to myself that I wasn't able to get out of the mess that I was in. And I was just grateful that, you know, I learned that throughout the time in my life and throughout all the traumas that I went through, I had to learn to forgive myself. I had to learn that at times we go through things and I guess we talk to ourselves and, we blame ourselves for so many things that happen. And it's never, at times, it's just things that happen and it's out of your control. So that was one of the steps that I had to learn, that it was out of my control. And I had to say sorry to myself for keeping myself in a trap and for keeping myself held down and not giving myself the opportunity to be free. And then, and just the transformation part for me, it came in when I realized that, you can definitely be free. There's nothing too big or too small that you can't get out of. It just comes with a decision from the inside out. You know,
How
I,
did you
I
make that? Yeah, but how did you make that transformation into going from yourself, I know I'm guilty, I'm not worthy of myself, to saying, no, I am worthy and I can forgive myself and I have forgiven myself? How do you cross that threshold?
okay. Well, it wasn't easy, of course, and that's why I say it's in the process from the inside out because it starts with you. It starts with your heart. It starts with you giving yourself a chance to grow. It's like a butterfly. It has to go through its process and then it becomes a butterfly. And it's just that's how it is in life. And that's how I gave myself that opportunity. I say, you know what, Irene? I looked at myself in the mirror and I said, enough is enough. I get it. You've been through rape. I get it. You've been through molestation. I get it that you've been through abusive relationships. But at the end of the day, life goes on because life doesn't stop for anyone. And I had to realize that. And I had to realize that I was wasting too much time in the what ifs, and what I can be or what I can become or what can be for my future instead of just allowing myself to be free. And that's how it came about. I just said no more. Enough is enough. you know a, a lot of my inspiration came from also praying. That was my biggest thing. because of the
About
people
to
that
ask you that. Where did a faith come into this? Did you ever lose faith in God, or did it strengthen your faith in Him?
actually, when I was going through it, I did lose hope because I couldn't understand how can something so traumatic happen to me as a little girl, having that family member, you know, raping me and just trying to put two and two together. Like, how does that come about? And then trying to find myself in that, and it just wasn't one person, it was many people that did abuse me. And I just had to, oh man, I just really had to just let it go. And I remember one day I came from work and I was so burdened. And I remember I just threw myself on the floor. This was after my divorce. And I just grabbed my heart and I just cried. And I said, God, I really need you to help me. I can't do this anymore. I'm so tired. And it just got to that point where I was so tired of being sick and tired that I just laid it all out.
I think
And
that's
that
called
to
being at your
me,
wits' end.
yes, definitely.
Yeah.
And that's how that came about.
What a beautiful story. What a beautiful legacy, and a gorgeous gift to other people that are struggling, that have
Yes,
despair. And like you said, it doesn't have to be that they were ever, raped or abused. They could have done
exactly.
something wrong themselves. So it
Exactly.
goes back to loving thyself. And then
Exactly.
your other point is forgiving themselves.
That's right.
What a
Forgiving.
what a gorgeous interview. I have thoroughly enjoyed chatting with you. And let me
Thank
tell you,
you.
audience, buy this book. If you need to be uplifted, regain your strength, find a resiliency factor inside yourself, read this book. It's more than a memoir. It is
Yeah.
life changing. I'm Dr. Mel, and this has been another episode of Dr. Mel's Message.